Hey there, friends, and welcome back to another 3-Minute Thoughts. My name is Derek, and in the next 3 minutes, we're going to take a look at Psalms 111 through 118. These Psalms come together to form this tremendous collection for worship and remembrance, and then God's covenant for love. If you look at Psalms 113 to 118, they're known as what's called the Hallel Psalms. They're usually sung during Passover, which makes this section deeply connected to both Old Testament celebration and that Last Supper of Jesus. All right, let's dig in. Psalm 111. This psalm is an explosion of praise and awe, recounting God's powerful deeds, especially his covenant faithfulness and justice. It says in verse 2, "Great are the works of the Lord, studied by all who delight in them." A heart rooted in worship takes time to reflect on God's track record. So the next time you're wondering whether God's going to show up, maybe look back and see how he already has. Psalm 112 is a mirror image of 111. Whereas 111 praises God's character, 112 shows the life of the person who fears the Lord. This is a life marked by generosity, by stability, and confidence. A life shaped by God's character is unshakable in stormy times, could be a takeaway that we have from this psalm. Moving on then into Psalm 113, this is a celebration of how God exalts above all things. But what's stunning is that he stoops down to raise the poor and lift the barren woman in joy. It says in verses 5 through 7, just kind of skimming here, it says, "Who was like the Lord our God, who looks far down and raises the poor from the dust?" Not only is God exalted high above everything else, but he's also intimate and close by. Psalm 114 is a retelling of the Exodus with a bit of a poetic flair. The seas fleeing, mountains skipping. It's a celebration of God's presence and power to change the natural world for his own people. "Tremble, O earth, at the presence of the Lord," it says. We can see in this psalm that when God moves, nothing stays the same. Psalm 115 contrasts lifeless idols with the living God who blesses his people. It's a call to trust, not in our own name, but in the name of God alone. Psalm 116 is deeply personal as it praises God for delivering from death and hearing prayer. The psalmist responds with love, trust, and the promise to fulfill his vows in worship. Psalm 117 is the shortest chapter in the Bible, just 2 verses. "Praise the Lord, all the nations, extol all the peoples." This is a global element of praise. And then 118 is a majestic psalm in this Hallel set. Quoted often in the New Testament, this psalm praises God for rescue, victory, and his never-ending love. That's all we have time for today. Be well, friends.